Welcome to another hot takes video. The first hot take comes from Ango, who says that Dominic Mysterio is the best heel in wrestling today. This is extremely hot considering the competition. We've got two huge names. First, there's the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, along with his faction, the Bloodline. And on the other hand, you have the AEW World Champion MJF. To say that Dominic Mysterio is a better heel than both of them is a spicy thing to say, but as of right now, I have to agree. Roman Reigns has been a great heel, there's no doubt about that. His career had a complete transformation once he did turn heel at SummerSlam a few years ago, but many fans do like him, and when fans hear his theme song, they all pop for him and stand up. He isn't truly a despisable heel. However, MJF can be considered a despisable heel. He's done nothing more than piss off wrestling fans since signing with AEW in 2019. But I feel like he kind of lost some momentum since winning the AEW championship, and his character is somewhat one-dimensional, which is something that I've seen fans say around the internet, and I gotta agree with that statement. He's still in the top 3 best heels right now, but I wouldn't say he's the best. Dom right now is the best heel in the business because he's getting booed so much that he legitimately can't talk. There isn't a wrestler getting that kind of hate on a weekly basis. MJF can get that on some shows, but Dom is getting that every week. I haven't seen someone this hated in such a long time. So Ango, I'm gonna agree with you on this one. Dom is the best heel in wrestling today. Speaking of heels, Juan says that one way to freshen up Roman's title reign could be turning Roman Reigns babyface. That is an interesting hot take. The reason that he suggests that is because there are some fans who are sick and tired of this Roman Reigns championship title reign. He's been champion for 1,000 days. He's become a part-timer who barely defends that title. He's beaten people who should have become champions like Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes. And some people feel like the Bloodline storyline is just getting stale because of how long it's been going on for. I understand the concerns. I understand the complaints. However, turning Roman Reigns babyface will not solve anything. In fact, now that he is back and the storyline is finally progressing after that break he took, I like what I'm seeing. Roman Reigns is destroying the Bloodline because of his ego, and that is a genius storyline. I love the way they're booking it. It's the best storyline right now in wrestling. It's one of the best of all time. So I think that WWE know what they're doing, and they're doing a good job, and I disagree with this hot take one. The next hot take comes from Will, and he says that Stone Cold and The Rock would never get over in today's wrestling, and I couldn't disagree more. Stone Cold and The Rock are generational talents. They would have gotten over in the 70s, in the 80s, the 2000s, 2010s, and now the 2020s. They were born to do professional wrestling, and while it might have been harder for them to get over maybe in the 70s or 80s, I don't think they would have struggled in today's generation. It would be easy for them because there wouldn't be too much competition. Their charisma would be unmatched. It would be through the roof. They don't need a curse. They don't need to have edgy storylines to succeed because they have that natural skill to become a successful wrestler. Great talent like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin can make almost anything work. This is a jabroni take. The next hot take says that LA Knight is not WWE World Championship material, and I understand that hot takes are opinions and everyone is entitled to their opinion, but this is just a wrong take. This is a cold take. This is just outlandish. LA Knight is definitely WWE Championship material. He's got charisma. He's got the promo skills to get a crowd invested in him, the segment, and the feud. He's pretty good at wrestling too. Look, he's not Bret Hart. I'm not saying he is, but the dude can put on some pretty good matches. He's a total package. The only thing that might hold him back is his age, but I also don't think that matters that much. We've had guys like Kofi Kingston, Brock Lesnar, and AJ Styles win at the same age or even older. LA Knight should definitely become LA Money in the Bank and then cash in on Seth Rollins in the near future to become the world heavyweight champion. Speaking of Money in the Bank, GM56 Champion says that the Money in the Bank briefcase can save Karrion Kross's WWE career, and I don't think it can. That briefcase doesn't necessarily save careers. Look, when Baron Corbin won it, he failed to successfully cash it in, and he's not been a WWE champion since, or ever for that matter. Dolph Ziggler successfully did cash in the briefcase and even became the world champion, but then he got injured and was never the same. he could not recapture a world championship. Otis won, and people really thought he was going to become the next big champion, but then The Miz took it away from him, and then The Miz only had a championship reign that lasted 1 week. Winning the Money in the Bank briefcase means nothing if the talent is struggling to get over. Right now, I think Cross is struggling, and I don't think a briefcase would save him. He's got to save himself. The next hot take says that Bianca's title reign has been boring. She is just the new Super Cena, and I kind of gotta agree with this to some extent. Bianca has been champion since WrestleMania 38 after beating Becky Lynch, and to be completely honest with you, I don't think she's had an entertaining title reign. I'm telling you, I can't think of one feud that's going to go down as historic or memorable. Look, we'll always remember Sami Zayn and the Bloodline storyline. We'll always remember Sasha Banks and Bayley throughout their career. We'll always remember Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose or Triple H versus Daniel Bryan, but I can't think of one feud during this title reign for Bianca Belair that's been great. Sure, there's been some great matches, but the run and the storylines have been kind of lackluster, and I don't even blame Bianca Belair at all. I think the writing team just has not done a good job. Even with Triple H taking over, the women do not have the most intriguing storylines, and for that reason, she should turn heel and spice things up during this run if they want her to be champion for a much longer period of time. The next hot take comes from Kira, who says that Becky Lynch as a heel is much better than babyface Becky Lynch, and I've got to agree, but I also feel like Becky Lynch might have gotten a little too corny. I like Becky in 2018 when she was a heel because she was serious. That was something else. She was the hottest thing in the company and the most over person. That is how good she was. She was just a complete savage. She didn't want to do anything other than destroy you verbally or physically. She started getting the loudest chants of the night, and that is why WWE actually had to turn her babyface. The audience was in love. Her babyface runs were not as great, but when she turned heel again in 2021 all the way up until 2022, I didn't find it as great as her first time being a heel. I think that's because she got rid of the seriousness and became too goofy. Oddly enough, that is similar to Seth Rollins, who acts a little too goofy as well. So while I do prefer heel Becky over babyface Becky, I think the most important quality and traits to give us the best Becky is being serious. Crow says that Nia Jax is better than Trish Stratus, and I'm just gonna put up this Michael Scott meme, honestly, because I don't know what else to say.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
The next hot take comes from Emmanuel, who says, in wrestling, we don't just need a pure wrestling match. The fans need a match which has good storytelling and characters of the wrestlers. And I will kind of agree. I think that only applies to pay-per-view matches, but I think on a Raw or SmackDown, you don't necessarily need to have a storyline for every single match on a Raw or SmackDown. But for the pay-per-views, we definitely need good storytelling. Otherwise, I won't care as much. And the last hot take comes from Captain Capcom, who says that anyone under 6 feet should get off of his TV screen. And I want to end this video by naming some wrestlers under 6 feet tall. You've got Bryan Danielson, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Big E, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you all in the next video.